So I heard a crazy theory about Drake's song Janice STFU, which has just gone #1, I believe. Everybody's been trying to work out who Janice is. Like, who's the Janice? Like, what's this song about? There have been rumors that it was some executive from UMG that Drake was beefing with about his masters. That's apparently been debunked. You know, there was a few different people that said, oh, it could be this person, could be that. But apparently it's about Joe Budden. And I heard this theory earlier today, and I thought about it. I ruminated on it a little bit. And I thought, that's interesting. I wonder if there's any truth to that. And I just heard the song again like 5 minutes ago. I was like, this is all about Joe Budden. This is insane. So I'm going to show you the evidence for this, and you're never going to be able to listen to this song ever again like the same. It's going to hit complete. I'm going to spoil the song for you, okay? Now that you know the song is about Joe Budden, this is just, it's ruined. Sorry, Drake, right? Sorry, everyone. It's a banger, right? But, oh my Lord, look at this. Right? So this is just Exhibit A, all right? They're saying, no way Joe Budden admitted years back that his given white woman name is Janice. Huh?
What's your white woman name? They gave me mine. It's Janice. I'm going to tell you.
Yo, you niggas is
shut
crazy.
the fuck up.
So you're thinking, what? You're thinking, what? Janice? Right? People saying, and people don't think Drake gets deep and methodical with his raps. Drake tweeted, hardly ever forget anything. All right? People saying, damn, he even says STFU, LMAO, stop. Wait a minute, what?
What's your white woman name? They gave me mine. It's Janice. I'm going to tell you.
Yo, you niggas is
shut
crazy.
the fuck up.
He said it. All right? So there you go. He even said shut the fuck up. All right? People saying, my goodness, someone cracked the code. Song hit even harder now. We just need to get this to the pod so they can laugh at Joby and Janice, right? That's his favorite song on the album too. So what makes it even funnier, all right? I don't think even Joe remembered this. Drake really found a deep cut, a diss without the person being dissed realizing it's a diss. This is Joe's favorite song, I swear. All right? I swear he's loving this song. I thought Janice was Jay-Z, but this is way funnier. Joe Budden and Jay-Z are related. They're intertwined, all right? You're going to have to, look. All right? Look. So this is the long version of what I just showed you, all right? And you're about to see this is factual, all right? It's going to blow your tiny little mind, all right? Look at this. Wait, let me zoom in. All right? Wait.
Mine. It's Janice. What's your white woman name? They gave me mine. It's Janice. I'm going to tell you.
Yo, you niggas is
shut
crazy.
the fuck up.
One eternity later.
Don't shoot at me now that you ice cold. I'm not doing a back and forth with a corpse.
Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of people have said, oh, you know, Joe Budden disrespected Drake with this not doing a back and forth with a corpse thing. He dissed him and basically said he died. You know, the Kendrick beef ended him. He's dead. He's not going to go back and forth with a corpse. He's not going to go back and forth with a corpse. He's not going to dig up a corpse, all right? So obviously people are saying, all right, the first bar, he says, buried alive, someone come dig me up. Joe said he wouldn't go back and forth with a corpse. But that's not the only reason, all right, that Joe Budden and Drake have got animosity. Now, some of y'all, I'm going to sound old now, right? But some of y'all might not even remember the depraved depths of Joe Budden and Drake's beef. Now, I did a video about this 6 years ago, right? Some of you guys only just heard of me recently. But I did this video 6 years ago, deep cut, all right? All about Drake and Joe Budden's friendship turned beef. This video was bro, like this video is crazy. Like, you don't remember none of this.
Me not gonna reply.
I'm a nice guy.
Now, somebody's gonna send a shot.
I'm not like you, man.
No. I'm a nice guy.
You are a nice guy.
I'm nice.
But you're just too witty for your own good.
I be beefing with loser niggas. I be beefing with loser sensitive niggas.
I don't see it.
And it's my job as a rapper to let niggas know that they can't.
If I get this, it's gonna be a female trying to get at me. I bet.
Joe Budden is here.
So go and check this video out, all right? Because it gets deep. It actually gets insane. There's a lot to this, all right? And look, we could get deep into this, all right? There's a bunch of stuff. Look, it's crazy. But the bottom line is, go and watch this video if you want to go and watch this. Just go find this video, all right? Go check it out. Bro, all right? 6 years ago. But basically, this is where it goes next. Obviously, he's talking about digging up a corpse, but really, this is a damn near decade-long beef at this point, okay? So we're thinking, okay, he said he's not going to beef with a corpse. Someone come dig him up. That does sound like it fits.
Come on. I wanted to do it when you was lit. It was fun.
Many months later.
All right, this is Janice. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I gotta be careful here.
This was the first miss for me.
This is the second miss for me. It's cool.
It's not bad. It's just a miss, though.
It was a miss. This almost could have been on the Habidi or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't love the hook neither.
I like this hook. This
I don't think it should have been on
I like no part of
album. I think it should have been on one of the others.
But I wasn't mad at it. But
Okay. I don't want to get dinged.
Days later.
BB
heat, baby.
That's great.
My Mercedes got the heat seats, baby. Now that shit is fine. Pull up on me. What is that see-through shirt? I get a sneak peek, baby. That shit is hard. That shit is hard.
Hook is amazing.
That shit is hard.
That's all.
Actually, fuck they talking about.
All right. Calm down, Joe. All right, calm down, Janice. Let's not. Come on, stop. Don't, you can get me in trouble now. So he's loving it, basically. Look, we don't need to hear it, but he's loving it. It's a banger. He loves the tune. He's loving it. He don't even know it's about him. He sang it on the pod. He loved it. All right? He loved it. Okay? And they in a super deep feud, right? He wasn't going to go back and forth with the corpse. So people are convinced, right? On an album, he's literally doing shots for everyone. I don't think it's a reach at all. This is by far the best theory I've seen so far. Anybody know what episode it's from? I want to see the rest of the clips in context. I don't think that's a reach. This is actually the only theory with legs regarding who Janice is. This is a fire angle. So the angle is him telling Joe Budden, shut the F up. The angle is shitting on Joe to his face and having it go over his head. Joe was insightful enough to comment on the album review. This is how Drake kill you. This on another single that's going to be on a hit, so you can't escape it. Whether you're in a hookah lounge, sport bar, or wherever, you won't be able to get away from it. He was referencing how he did Meek Mill before and how it was applying to Jay-Z and Kendrick on the verses of his song. That said, Joe definitely tried to shit on him, trying to call him a corpse, and that Janice STFU joint starts out buried alive. Someone come dig me up. If I call up your shorty right now, she picking up. That's for Joe too, all right? Not going to hold you, knowing deep down, and knowing how deep Joe was getting on this breakdown while glazing how much he was liking it on second listen, missing the fact that he was the one getting shot at on the hook is fucking nuts. All right. He also missed that Drake was claiming he smashed his current girl, not talking about his ex. All right. If I call you shorty right now, she picking up. He's crazy. Okay. He's crazy. All right, hang on. So this is one of the links that was on the Reddit. This is kind of a side note, but like when Drake first teased his first song from Iceman a few weeks ago, 1 a.m. in Albany, he's taking shots at people, he's taking shots at Jay-Z, he's talking grease, all right, dissing everyone. And even Joe said it himself. He said in this clip, he basically said, yo, if Drake's already talking like that, dissing everybody, we're going to have to do our album, our Iceman reaction on pay-per-view. We're going to have to charge people to watch it. If you're going that crazy, we're going to have to put it behind a paywall and run it up because it's going to be that wild.
If he doing that, we gonna have to paywall.
Oh my God.
If he doing that, we gonna have to pay-per-view.
That's why we're buddy, and that's why we're together. That's it. It just that kind
No.
Yeah, that's
I thought he was gonna come with some bullshit there. If he gonna do that on a project.
Joe gonna fucking be like,
just listen, guys. If that's what
he's glazing, right? He's saying, look, I thought Drake was going to come on some bullshit, but he killing it with this 1 a.m. in Albany. If he doing that, we're going to have to go pay-per-view. This is a box office smash for me reacting to this. Little did he know. Little did he know. And I'm going to re-show you the Janice lyrics in a second. Just another important thing for you guys to understand, right? Look, I'm quite a seasoned Joe Buddenologist, if you don't know this, right? You might have just found me recently. You've not even realized, all right? They've reacted to me. I've done a bunch of videos about Joe. I'm sure he won't acknowledge me. But anyway, all right? I would go on the show, but I think he would tear me limb from limb. But anyway, okay, you also need to know the lore of why Jay-Z sabotaged Joe Budden's career. Jay-Z and Joe Budden hate each other. Joe Budden hates Jay-Z. Joe Budden feels like Jay-Z is the reason that he never took off as a rapper. And he's very bitter that Drake got to the heights that he got to when he doesn't really respect Drake, right? And his career was sabotaged by Jay-Z, another hot shot, okay? So this is a classic video. You can go and watch this.
Story was especially 2 months on the channel, Ross.
This is old school, man.
Iconic than Joe Budden. Joe is beloved by the hip-hop culture today for...
Well, look, it's a whole thing, all right? Joe had Pump It Up. He was at Def Jam. He was basically under Jay-Z. Jay-Z retires. He takes over the label. Joe's not happy, basically, right? You get the gist, Rooney.
To be the single after Rock the Mic. It was supposed to be Jay, Freeway, and Beans, and they didn't want it.
In fact, Joe Budden even later admitted that he may have been courting this beef in a small way by specifically taking this hot beat when he knew that it had originally been rejected by Jay-Z and his boys.
I said, fam, burn that beat. If you don't put that fucking dope-ass beat on a CD, give me that beat, man. Fam, you didn't want the beat before, now you want the beat.
Whilst initially Joe Budden was...
So Joe Budden and Jay-Z had a beef about a beat. Jay-Z ends up taking over the label and sabotaging Joe Budden's career. Joe Budden gets sat on the shelf, basically. All right, go and watch that whole breakdown if you want. But anyway, all of that's going on. All right, you need to remember all of this because when I start reading you the Janice lyrics, you're going to be like, holy shit. All right, you're not going to believe it. So people were thinking it was like UMZ exec. We're off that now. It's Joe Budden. People saying this is wild. All right, Joe, Dre making a #1 about you. He really does love you. All right, he also shoots at Kendrick and Jay. People saying it's not just about Joe. He got it out for Joe. He got it out bad for Joe, though. Joe said some wild shit about Drake in front of Drake's ex-women. Mel made her dance to Not Like Us on camera. Dates all the way back to Not Like Us, and Melissa got smashed like Drake Melissa got smashed like Drake. They weren't together. Shit started since Drake smashed Tahiri. I don't even know the depths of the depravity of all the little love triangles they've got going on. It says, bro, people saying it's not just Joe are tripping. Those two for sure got a long history. There's old videos on Joe's YouTube page of him gassing up Drake on camera. I showed you that earlier. Then hanging out. They used to be cool when Drake was coming up because Joe always effed with him and said how he was crazy talented. Marlon and Drake used to be boys. They would roll together. There's pics of it on the internet when Drake was young, right? It's crazy. There's history from when Drake used Joe's flow, then dissed Joe when another Canadian rapper called Drake out for using Joe's flow. I'm saying Drake specifically didn't like that Joe made Mel dance to Not Like Us on camera because Drake told Mel that he didn't like that she was sitting next to a D-sucker, and that was at Joe, and that was after Not Like Us. Joe and Drake been going back for a long ass time, all right? I might need to see that. Wait. All right, this is the clip. I've had to mute it because they danced to Not Like Us, but it's on a beat ho. So look, he had it popping. He had everyone dancing. I'm pretty sure that's who they're talking about, right? She's popping ass. She's shaking ass to it, right? It's exactly what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do too much. Okay, so they're saying Joe is Janice, right? People saying this is wild. The fact that Joe loves the song is ironic as fuck. Had to go back to the music video. We had like 10 Ferraris in his crib. Joe just posted his first Ferrari a little while ago. He trolled heavy. I know that. No way. Wait a hot damn minute. Hang on, what? Man, they're not wrong, you know. They're not wrong. Joe was Ferrari shopping not so long ago, man. They're not so long ago. What's that? That's like a 488. I'm a car guy. I like cars. Are you looking at it's looking like a 488, or maybe it's something else. Could be, I don't know, fucking SF90, not a C8, not a F8, not a C8, whatever, all of that stuff. But Drake got the big boy Raris. That's what, the F40, the F50, he had everything in there, okay? He had all the Ferraris, he had like $15 million worth, all the Ferraris, all the exclusive Ferraris. You can't have Joe. Joe, you can't have these Ferraris, all right? It's just crazy, okay? He's getting cooked, right? He's absolutely getting cooked. So here's the thing, all right? Are you ready for the lyrics? Let's go to the lyrics. So we got the song here, and here's the problem, okay? Here's the problem. These are old interpretations, all right? They're still thinking that this is, you know, aimed directly at Kendrick Lamar, and, you know, Drake is stripping away the savior image. And there's definitely some lyrics that you could say could apply to Kendrick, but now we know that it's about Joe Budden. Now we know that Janice is officially Joe Budden. I don't know, some of these lyrics are hitting a little bit different. So look, I'm going to read you the lyrics, all right? Obviously, I can't play the song. And, you know, for copyright reasons, I am doing, you know, analysis, all right? This is fair use analysis of the lyrics, all right? Shove it, Drake. Shove it, UMG. Drake's cool. But anyway, bro. Here we go. Now, here's the thing, all right? The intro and the opening, I've not quite pieced together what's going on with the intro and the opening. We're more talking about the verses, okay? People are saying this Emiliana, they're saying that's the ex of Scott Disick. I don't know if that's confirmed. He's talking about, I finally took a break. I feel like I'm on ecstasy. You know, you say what my work means to me one day be the death of me. They tried to kill me once, but you just resurrected me. I mean, let's not forget, he said he didn't want to go back and forth with the corpse. So he's talking about being killed once. Now, the chorus is talking about reach me, baby. Call my phone and say you need me, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is just kind of flexing stuff, talking about my label got to free me, blow on me like some green tea. Look, I don't know, but it's the verses. This is where it starts sounding a bit Joe Budden-ish, right? From the get-go in the verses. Buried alive, someone come dig me up. All right. Now, Joe said he's not going back and forth with the corpse. People knew that from before, but apparently it's also a reference to Drake's diss track. Was it Buried Alive Part 2? The ironic kind of, basically Buried Alive interlude on Drake's Take Care. Then the diss track was Buried Alive Part 2, a reference to their earlier collab. But that's the saying. It's a play on the write-offs that push the narrative. Joe Budden never wants to mince words, declared on his podcast. He's not going back and forth with the corpse. Now, they're saying if I call up your shorty right now, she's picking up. Now, look, I don't know too much about the love triangles right now, okay, but I feel like that could apply to Joe. I feel like if Drake calls Joe Budden shorty, she might pick it up. And says, you boys got big off my name, that's big enough. That's the pod. They on the pod in. I don't think this is about Kendrick Lamar got big enough off your name, because even, I feel like Drake deep down knows that Kendrick Lamar does actually stand alone as a good artist. Yeah, he's salty about getting Not Like Us into oblivion, but the reality is, all right, saying you boys got big off my name, that's big enough. Kendrick was big before Drake's name, realistically. Yeah, Drake helped him, put him on tour, did a little collab with him, Poetic Justice, all that stuff. But really, he's talking about Joe. He's talking about Joe talk. I mean, come on. Let's not forget he's talking like this.
If he doing that, we gonna have to paywall.
Oh my God.
If he doing that, we gonna have to pay-per-view.
That's why.
So he talking about, you got big off my name, that's big enough. And Joe's over here talking about, I'm gonna need to pay-per-view the. So he talking about Joe, in my opinion, all right? Joe and the podcast and all them guys, they getting big enough off the name, all right? And then this is for Joe. This is a double entendre. People are like, oh, he can't be talking about two things at once. Yes, he can. And here's the thing. He says, we know how you OGs are rocking already, my dude. The jig is up. Now, obviously, people saying this is a punchline at Jay-Z. Obviously, we knew, yeah, jig. He's not rocking with Jay-Z. He's not rocking with how Jay-Z was probably giving advice. And, you know, Jay-Z's got something to do with Super Bowl programming. Suddenly, Kendrick's on the Super Bowl talking about you're a PDF. But OG, we know how you OGs rocking already. He's talking about Joe. He's talking about Joe G's, right? We know you OGs rocking already. And then add that to the fact that I'd just been told you I got a whole video about how Joe Budden and Jay-Z have got a giant beef. So him even bringing up Jay-Z's name in the same sentence conversation is disrespectful, right? And then here's where he's clearly talking about Joe Budden, all right? They say the truth will set. They say that the truth will set you free. Well, mine is gonna stream while you watch it in HD. I think he's talking about a reaction video. He's talking about Joe doing a live reaction, talking about need I say more?
If we doing that, we got the paywall.
We're gonna have to put it behind a paywall, right? The truth will set you free. Mine's gonna stream and you're gonna watch it in HD. They say karma could take an eternity. Yours is dropping the same night as me. He ain't talking about, oh, who would, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, people were talking about Kendrick was going to drop an album on the same day, but he talking about Joe needs to drop a podcast exuberantly, right? He needs to expedite that podcast. He needs to put it behind a paywall, drop in the same night. And karma's coming because he dissing him on the same shit he reacting to it. And it went over Joe's head. Said, funny thing is, they ain't going to compete. Because Joe ain't a rapper no more. He podcasts, he ain't competing, he ain't battling, he ain't going song for song. It's not happening. He ain't gonna compete. You're gonna get yours while I'm doing me. I'm rapping. And he said, hey, Janice, shut the fuck up. In reference to that original clip that we saw, right, of Joe talking about his name is Janice.
What's your white woman name? They gave me mine. It's Janice. I'm gonna tell you.
Yo, you niggas is
shut
crazy.
the fuck up.
Need I say more, man? Need I say more? It's actually crazy. I believe it, all right? Tired of y'all telling me dudes is real. Pussy, I know when it's real. You only come home to pose and pop off a look, but you forgot how it feel. Now, here's the thing. Although this does clearly, the glove does fit for Kendrick Lamar. The boot does fit for Kendrick Lamar. Tired of y'all telling me you dudes is real. I know when it's real, but that could go for Joe. You only come home to pose and pop off a look, but you forgot how it feel. That was not landing for Joe, I'll be honest with you. Chi-Town popping a pill, going on a drill, looking for someone to kill. Now, this one doesn't make sense because it's like, is he talking about Kanye? Is he dissing? Who does he? Kendrick doesn't go Chi-Town and pop a pill, go on a drill, looking for someone to kill. Like, it's not a thing you do, right? He's like, okay, maybe he's talking about Kanye. It's not really adding up. But then this line that everybody said is about Kendrick Lamar. White kids listen to you because they feel some guilt and that's how your soul gets fulfilled. I ain't gonna lie. Kind of goes for Joe too. Kind of goes for, I could see that going for Joe. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. All right. Now, look, okay. Now we're talking about, look, it sounds like he's talking about Kendrick handing out turkeys on camera inside your hood. Then you go back to the hills. Now, look, Joe don't live in no hills. Right. But he didn't build, I don't think he built any houses off of his deal. His deal didn't go nowhere. Whose fault is that? Jay-Z. Difference between dudes getting you out of your deal and letting you out of your deal against your will. How many new names you got in your will? Obviously, everyone's saying that's about Kendrick Lamar and TDE, but could go for Joe. Like, Joe couldn't get out of that deal with Jay-Z, trying to get out. Then he going independent. The music's not hitting. He's given up and he's going to podcasting. You know, it's against you. How many new names? Like, when he's talking about a back of your deal, is he talking about that big Spotify deal? He talking about Patreon deal? Like, Joe's had a couple deals himself. How many times are you going to keep calling it soft when it's silk? I don't think Kendrick was sitting around calling Drake soft, right? Now, here we go. How many more interviews do y'all got to do to get Ice just to chill? Huh? I use your brains, people, okay? How many more times are you going to keep calling it soft when it's silk? How many more interviews you guys going to do to get Ice just to chill? Who's Ice? Ice for the Joe Budden podcast. You dumb. Are you dumb? How many more interviews are you going to do to get Ice to... Yo! It's about Joe Budden, people, all right? It's about Joe Budden. It's about Joe Budden. They're trying to cover it up like a quilt, all right? They're like, oh, are they trying to cover up the button? Rari goes skirt on a boy like a kilt, all right? Listen, see what I'm saying? Rari goes skirt on a boy like a kilt, but Drake got more Raris, man. So kept it 100 on paper like, well, that's just some fly shit. Tricking it off on her, paying a bill. That's just how I do the sauce and the spill. All right, these hoes know how I pop it for real. These hoes know how I pop it for real. I wonder if he's talking to Joe Budden and the podcast, he's talking about these hoes, right? Talking about I make too much in a week, must be 250 at least. See, like, look at this line, right? It's like, I made way too much in a week, must be 250 at least. Like the money grew off a tree, like the money came in for free. He must be talking about Kendrick Lamar and them money trees, right? He made too much in a week. It must be 250 a week. What if I made 250 grand a week? How much would that be in a month? Oh, okay. I must make 250 at least. Like the money just grew off a tree. I made way too much in a week. More than you. Way more than you. Hey, listen, I'm not making $1 million a month. You know what I'm saying? We working, but hey, right? MRI machine scanning my knee. Like, how long you been running in the streets? I feel like that's him low key saying Joe's old, and then he just boasting about his girl. She texts me like, we in Paris 200 deep for real. Went and bought a whip for my brother, same body but 2 different colors. All right. So this one was talking about he bought something for Bender Don. But I wonder, all right. So I went and bought a whip for my brother, same body but 2 different colors, and I might just tell Kai get together. All right. They're saying this Canadian entrepreneur, great business partner. I don't know. All right. Might book a flight out to London. I don't know what that's about. I feel like there's some coded message in there, but then Janice is getting told to shut the fuck up again at the end. Look, I feel like now people know. My Joe Budden law is decent, but I feel like people are going to read these lyrics. They're going to come back to these and they're going to realize that is what this is. This is about Joe Budden. All right. Look, tell me if I'm reaching. All right. There's definitely some lyrics in there that don't really fit, but like, some of that, I don't know, some of those ones at the start is sounding like it's about Joe Budden, all right? How many more interviews are you going to take to get Ice to chill? Like, hey, let me know what you thought of that, all right? My mind's been blown. I can't hear this song again. I'm going to go listen to it one more time, all right? And I feel like the next Joe Budden podcast, hey, we're going to have a very, very interesting episode, all right? Hope you found that useful. Catch you in the next one. Peace.